Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. Second upload of the day, guys. But I had to get this one off my chest. Before we dive into the video, make sure you smash a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new around here and turn on the bell notification so you can be notified each time I upload some new content. And let's dive into it because I want to talk about the treatment of Trevoh Chalobah, which, quite frankly, from Chelsea is absolutely disgraceful, in my opinion. So we're going to dive into this, guys. Look, had the news coming out from Bobby Vincent. There's a possibility that Trevoh Chalobah may not kick a football for Chelsea again. Chalobah faces being exiled from the Chelsea squad. The defender has been told there is a chance he will not play for the club again this season and has asked if he can play for the under-23s once he returns from injury in order to keep his fitness levels up. Now, we know that Chelsea tried to offload Chalobah in the summer, but this is an issue created by the club, and it's all down to Chelsea's own doing. You know, we didn't need to sign Axel Disasi. We didn't need another centre back. We know that. You know, we could have easily got by with what we've got already. Yes, Fofana's out injured, but we didn't really need another centre back. I think everyone agrees with that, and we've now created an issue for ourselves where we've got a decent, serviceable player in Chalobah who we couldn't sell, and now we're stuck with, and he's way too good to just be someone that trains and plays for the under-23s every now and then to get his fitness up. Like it's an utter madness. I can't believe that, you know, we do this to one of our own. You know, come through the academy at Cobham, that we're prepared to exile him from the squad, and we might not see him play again. What I don't understand about this, though, is that why would we do that? If we're trying to protect his value and get as much money as we can from him, we understand that players have got to be sold and move on, and academy prospects, you know, are the most profitable guys. You know, it's pure profit on the books. I get that, but surely exiling him from the squad is not the way to get the most money possible for him, because he's not going to have played anything. He's not going to be fit, and you're just going to be tanking his value the more time that he's spending in the 23s. I just don't understand it at all. Because for me, unless something's happened behind the scenes, you know, that we don't know about in regards to his attitude, then as I'm saying, the treatment is a disgrace from the club. He's been very dependable for us. He's kind of underrated as well. You know, he can play right back. He's filled in there. He's done well. He's played centre back. He's done very well there, holding midfield on occasion as well. He's never kicked up a fuss when he's not played. He's never moaned about playing time. He's never moaned about whatever position he's playing in. And now we're deciding to drop him to the 21s because we couldn't find a transfer. As I said, it's going to drop his value, and it's a disgraceful way to treat someone that doesn't deserve it. And a player who can still contribute to the squad in various different positions. You know, you get a lot of people on Twitter, and I'm seeing a lot of people saying that he's not good enough. The point is, he's 100% good enough for a squad role, but the quality of him is irrelevant. You don't treat anyone like that. You know, if you want him sold for pure profit, and I wouldn't be annoyed at that. You know, he's someone that obviously is surplus to requirements at the club, given who we've got in the team right now. But you don't want to tank his value for the next 6 to 12 months by him being in the 21s. And, you know, it's not on Chelsea for not finding a transfer. I mean, a transfer wasn't completed. Not necessarily Chelsea's fault that it wasn't completed. And he rejected the move to Nottingham Forest. They had a £25 million bid accepted by Chelsea, but Chalobah, who has every right to say no to a move, like Martin did to Burley, didn't want to join Nottingham Forest. That's absolutely fine. No issue at all. It's like treating a player wrongly who right now, as far as we can see, doesn't deserve it unless something publicly comes out, and then putting his value through the floor for a future sale makes no sense. And he is a useful squad player. In my opinion, he absolutely is. You know, I mean, we've created this problem off our own backs. You know, the Chalobah situation stinks because I wish he'd left last window. Not because I necessarily wanted him to go, but we could have just avoided everything that's now about to come our way. And obviously, the signing of the Disasi was the final nail in the coffin, in my opinion, for Chalobah at Chelsea. And of course, the club asking for £50 million price tag didn't help because it's clearly way over the top. Even though he's 24, even though he's versatile, he's got he signed a new long. This is the same club, right, that offered him a he signed a new long-term contract in November. He's contracted until 2028 with an option for a further year to 2029. So he's under contract for the next 5 years, possibly 6. The club take the option up, which obviously they won't be now. And we're now looking to shift him on about less than a year. Less than a year later, we want shot of him. It's mad. I mean, obviously, it's clearly not worth £50 million in this market to any potential suitors out there, because the highest offer we received was £25 million. But look, I fully understand that he's not going to be a starter, because you've got Silva, Badiashile, Colwell, Disassi, Fofana are all going to be ahead of my man in the pecking order. And it kind of like, if Chelsea if we knew that we wanted to sell him, why was it all such a rush at the end trying to get that Bayern Munich loan deal through? Like, why didn't we just deal with this earlier on in the window, so that Chelsea didn't have to deal with this situation, and then Chalobah doesn't have to be treated in a disgraceful way and potentially look at putting his career on stall for 6 months because a transfer couldn't be sorted. And he's clearly, unless we have a mass injury crisis at centre half, which admittedly with Chelsea and Chelsea's luck at this point in time could be something that happens, it was just completely avoidable situation, and a situation that Chelsea fully brought on themselves. No two ways about it. We 100% brought this issue upon ourselves here. I mean, what I'm reading into this is that Bayern Munich wouldn't pay the money. We know that. They tried to get a loan deal. We couldn't get it done in time. Forest came in, didn't want to go there, as I said. And now it appears that Chelsea is saying, well, you won't play for the club again. You're going to be sold in January. That's so poor. So poor. It's not how you treat academy products. It's not how you treat any player. And it's all this has come around because we bought Disassi. I'm not hating on Disassi. I think he could go on to be good for the club, but we didn't actually need him. And we've created this issue through signing a player that we didn't need. And we've only got ourselves to blame. The fact there's a chance he might not ever play for the club again is a disgrace. Look, he's 5th in the pecking order. We know that. And he obviously wasn't going to get game time with no Europe, but still, that is not a way to treat one of your own players. It really isn't. We know Forest, Munich, Inter Milan tried for Trevoh Chalobah as well, but the club's handling is an absolute disgrace. And the way that we're treating some players at the moment right now is an absolute disgrace. Like, I don't understand why we're doing it. Chalobah was messed around all summer, and now my man's been completely frozen out of the squad. Frozen out. Disney. Like, this is mad. Like, I don't understand what we're doing. And now there's been further reports suggesting that that Ian Martson and Mark Cucurella are going to be left out of upcoming Chelsea match day squads. Like, I don't know what we're doing at the moment. I mean, what are we doing? I really don't understand it, because we tried to sell these players, but this is not a way of going about how to do things. And this from Sam C345, who obviously has good connections in the club. The only thing I can think of is that maybe Chalobah's the leaker, and that's why he's being treated like this. But if that's not the case, we don't know, then it's a disgrace. But yeah, Sam reporting that hearing quiet rumours stating that Cucurella and Ian Martson could also be excluded from the Chelsea squad for upcoming fixtures. Martson didn't want to move to Burnley, and Cucurella was difficult to move on. That's fine. Martson didn't want a move to Burnley. No problem. Cucurella was difficult to move on. Okay, we get it. So what we're potentially reporting here is that we're going to have one actual left back in the matchday squad going forward in Ben Chilwell, and we're going to use Levi Colwell as the left back, who's actually a centre back. That's kind of mad. Like, with Martson, I kind of understand it a little bit more because the guy's out of contract at the end of the season. And he so far hasn't put pen to paper or looked like putting pen to paper on any fresh terms yet. So I can understand Chelsea wanting to sell him in January. If he's not signed up by January, maybe they're looking to try and force him to sign a new deal. And then they'll start playing him. I don't think, but again, you don't want to depreciate. You don't want to have someone on the bench just not playing, because it's just tanking their value. And any money you might get is obviously you're just diminishing your chances of getting any decent return here. But yeah, it's interesting that you know, Cucurella and Martin are going to be left out of upcoming match day squads. I don't really see personally how that makes an awful lot of sense from a Chelsea perspective. I really don't get it. We're going to have one left back. But again, with Martin, are they going to do it? Considering we're currently losing the battle to get him to sign a new deal, and we need anything to get him to extend this deal. So, like, leaving him out of the squad and stuff is not really going to be. He's not really going to be on that. It's a mad one, but I mean, look, you either risk losing him on a free then if you exclude him from the team. It's as simple as that. But yeah, look, I guess just round this one out, guys. I just think the way that Chelsea are moving and treating certain players at this point in time is mad. We're moving differently, and not in a good way at all. Not in a good way at all. Chalobah being treated disgracefully. Looks like Cucurella and Martin potentially could be frozen out of upcoming matchday squads. Let's wait and see what happens when the squad's named for Bournemouth, if either of those two players are in there. But yeah, the treatment of Chalobah is mad. Like, whether you rate him or not is a separate conversation, but that's not how you treat any employee at a football club. You just don't do that. And I'm a bit concerned about the way that we've been treating players under this ownership at this point in time, because that's not how you roll at a big club. You don't treat players like that. It's an absolute disgrace, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments on Chelsea's treatment of Trevoh Chalobah, the Martin and Cucurella situations. I'll be interested to know what you guys think. Smash a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Hit the bell notification so you know every time I upload some new content. And guys, I'll catch you again in another video soon. Up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.